Pryles from Hardcore Carnivore, and today I'm sharing my recipe for whole roasted chicken with orange chipotle butter using H-E-B natural chicken. And did I mention that my chicken is going to have amazingly crispy skin? I'm going to make a flavored butter and I'm going to put it under the skin, which is going to baste the chicken while it cooks. That's going to add a ton of extra flavor and it's going to keep that chicken nice and juicy. Plus, I'm going to let you in on my secrets for achieving maximum crispy skin on your roast chicken. Let's get started. Here are the ingredients you'll need to make this dish. 1 whole H-E-B natural young roasting chicken with no antibiotics and no added hormones. This one is about 6 pounds. A couple of bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of chipotle chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coarse kosher salt, 1 orange, and 1 stick of salted butter. I'm going to start by preparing the chicken an hour ahead of time, patting it dry all over with paper towels. It's also important to place it breast side up in the rack. Tuck the wings under to stop the tips from burning, then place into the fridge for an hour. I'm putting the chicken in the fridge to maximize the drying of that skin, and that is going to get me that really nice crispy finish. Now, if you are running short on time, you can skip this step, but I definitely recommend you try it. This H-E-B natural chicken also came with the neck and giblets, and since I won't be using them for this recipe, I put them in a freezer bag and I'm going to save them for the next time I make stock or gravy. Now it's time to make the butter. Zest the skin of the orange using a fine grater and then slice the rest into segments. I've let the butter soften and now I'm adding the orange zest and the chipotle powder, and I'm going to mix it well until everything is combined. Next, I've removed the chicken from the fridge. Then I'm going to use my fingers to separate the skin from the meat and create a pocket for that butter to sit. Use a spatula or spoon to help scoop the butter underneath the skin, pushing it from the top with your fingers to help distribute it evenly. Next, stuff the chicken with some of the orange segments and the bay leaves, and then use a piece of butcher's twine to tie the legs together and hold everything in place. Use the salt to generously season the chicken, massaging it into the skin. Now the chicken goes into a 425-degree preheated oven for 30 minutes. After half an hour, turn the heat down to 375 for the remainder of the cook. The full roasting time of the chicken is going to be somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes, and it really just depends on the size of the chicken. You'll know the chicken is ready when it reads 165 degrees on a meat thermometer inserted at the thickest part of the thigh. Using a meat thermometer is key to a safe and juicy chicken. See, chicken is safe to eat when it reaches 165 degrees internal temperature, but it's really hard to just guess what the temperature is. If you use a meat thermometer, you'll know exactly when that chicken is ready without having to cook it any longer than necessary. And that means it's adios to dry chicken. This 6-pounder took about 1.5 hours all up to turn beautifully golden brown and achieve crispy skin perfection. Great roast chicken is so satisfying, and it's even better when the meat has been basted with luscious and fragrant chipotle orange butter and the skin is super crispy. If I'm being completely honest, my chicken usually lands on the table missing one of the wings. But that's chef's privilege, right? Now you know the secret to great roast chicken is a hot oven, some drying time, butter under the skin, and quality ingredients. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and keep exploring H-E-B's YouTube channel for other great recipes.